Oh yes, the question of the century. What type of pretty are you? Because apparently world peace can wait while we figure that out.
Beautiful.
Thank you. But what else?
What else?
Is beauty all that matters to you?
The day he left me was the day that I died, and I was reborn as a witch.
No, I can't come from Lil Shawty, don't do no copping. Hey, look, she gon' keep her hands in my pants cause she a freak. I told her that I'm celibate, ain't fucking.
If you've been on social media for a while, you're pretty much familiar with the what type of pretty are you trend. And yeah, people are ridiculous in trying to define what type of pretty they are in their 20s. Like, forget getting your life together, chasing your dreams, or, getting enough water. The real priority is finding out if you're TikTok certified pretty. The internet is full of different types of content. Opening an app can be a gamble, one of which you never know what to expect. You have recipes, outfit inspiration, you have celebrity gossip, and now which type of pretty you fit into. And girls on the internet are dying to find out what type of pretty they are. Yeah, dying. Assigning those labels like normal pretty, popular pretty, model pretty, or the standard pretty. Because seemingly there are only 4 ways to define beauty these days. Oh no, wait. There are other ones too, like there's quirky, mysterious, and cute pretty. Oh sure, I almost forgot about the deer pretty, squirrel pretty, frog pretty, fox pretty, clean girl, coastal grandma, or grunge girl. And there are just a few of them of are you pretty categories. To fit into any of these, it all depends on your face and your body shape, makeup routine, the clothes you wear, and even something as far as a stretch of what kind of car you drive. How amazing, you might think, right? So many options. But the reality is pretty harsh. Like, look, what if you don't fit into any of these standards? Well, you're not very pretty then, right? Yeah, I warned you, it's really harsh.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. But what else?
What else?
Is beauty all that matters to you?
And now the trend of categorizing the type of pretty or beauty category someone belongs to has literally flooded feeds on TikTok. The app's algorithm seems to crave these kinds of trends, even ones that can affect how we view ourselves inside and out. After seeing these videos, it's tempting to view yourself a little bit differently until you decide what category you fit into.
I was today years old when I learned that we are supposed to be doing our makeup according to our animal type. Stay with me here. By now, we have all heard about fox pretty, deer pretty, cat pretty, blah, blah, blah. And there is a way for you to determine which one you are. First thing that we need to determine is the nose. My nose bridge is low, so I'm going to go with A. Then the lips, I would say I'm definitely in between, but I'm going to go with B, which is big lips. I have a more round face, so I'm going with A. And finally, the eyes. I would say my eyes are a little bit more narrow, so I'm going with B, which would make me fox pretty. I found this fox pretty makeup mood board, and I'm gonna try to do my makeup.
For example, let's describe a girl who's fox pretty. To be qualified for this aesthetic, she would have to have, without exception, sharp facial features, black eyeliner, a slim build with long nails. If the person fits into this sort of image, viewers on TikTok would immediately stick her in the box. Doe eyes and siren eyes. And now I know what you're thinking about. What the hell are the doe eyes and siren eyes? What the hell is going on? Other features are relatively self-explanatory, if unnecessarily specific. I personally fail to see how having green or blue eyes is necessarily to have the bunny look, but anyway, back to the siren doe eyes. What are they? And yes, you guessed it, just another TikTok trend based on whether you're more of a seductress or innocent doll. The appearance of these is often created by makeup. Doe eyes are wide and innocent, doll-like. Some might even go as far as to say a childlike.
Don't look at me with those eyes.
What eyes?
Siren eyes, on the other hand, are meant to be sultry and sexy. Like, they're often elongated with eyeliner and lashes. Again, it sounds vaguely problematic. Let's get back to the normal pretty, popular pretty, model pretty, and the standard pretty. When it comes to the normal pretty, you might ask, what is the normal pretty? How it's been defined? you are pretty, and it did they even try kind of way. And spoiler, they didn't. And that's the whole point. Like, this is the kind of pretty that sneaks up on you. There's no makeup tutorial, no effort required, just simple vibes. And the charm lies in authenticity, in the way you naturally look. Like someone looks adorable while wearing socks that don't match, or hair that has its own personality. You know, effortlessly cool without even knowing it. And that's the whole vibe of the normal pretty, and you see it a lot in TikTok. People with no makeup, no efforts put into their outfits, look so naturally beautiful, and that's the whole vibe of it all.
Thank you. But what else?
What else?
Is beauty all that matters to you?
The popular pretty, and this is the type of pretty that makes everyone wonder, are they famous or do they just look like that? And the answer is probably both. This is the charisma-driven pretty. You walk into your room and suddenly the Wi-Fi connection gets stronger. People gravitate towards you not because of just your looks, but because you radiate main character energy, even when you're doing something as simple as tying your shoes. What is the model pretty? Okay, you could be standing in a dumpster and somehow look like you belong on a Vague cover. Gravity? Never heard of her. This is all about the bone structure sharp enough to cut glass, combined with an aura that says, I know I'm art and I charge for appearances. The name of a model pretty itself implies that you're kind of a model, right? You look like a model. Your bone structure, your facial expressions, your whole body has to align with the standards of modeling. And in this context, a lot of people fall into the category of the model pretty, which is kind of weird. Next up is the standard pretty. The name is quite weird since apparently being pretty is the standard now. Basically, the human version of an Instagram filter is the standard pretty. The quote-unquote standard everyone pretends they don't care about but secretly does. This type fits all the conventional beauty norms with military precision.
Okay, here's my hot take on pretty privilege. See how I looked really pretty in that first clip and it kept your attention? I digress. I'm just gonna use gender binaries for the sake of this video.
A symmetrical face, clear skin, glossy hair that defines humidity, and a smile that could be a toothpaste ad. Like, they're kind of pretty that makes you question if they were assembled in a secret lab somewhere. Like, they're just so damn perfect. And this is the standard pretty, which sounds kind of strange. Like, since when being pretty is a standard? I'm asking myself. So what you might be asking right now is, are there any pretty types that are better than others? And as per usual, some of the types of pretty are seen as more desirable than others. There's even a ranking system of which is the type of pretty to be. Fox pretty is the most desirable, whilst the bunny is at the bottom. There are many TikTok videos where the comments are full of people commenting, you're trying so hard to be fox pretty, but you're not. Or you want a fox, but you're bunny. Who's deciding which features belong in which category? You know, I struggle to see why having dark hair immediately makes you a fox or a deer, and vice versa. It's just kind of crazy that these restrictions are being put on beauty. And when diving deeper into these trends, it begs the question, why must a woman's beauty be categorized? Like, women go through enough in their daily lives, already trying their best to look and be the best all the time, as American Ferrera so aptly summarized.
You have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people. You have to answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane, but if you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be a part of the sisterhood, but always stand out and always be grateful. You have to never get old. Never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard, it's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault.
And the pressure women go through to fit and stay with their trends is just so exhausting. We go to social media for an escape, but all that seems to be in yet another place they need to try their best to fit into a pointless category. Ironically, the same platforms promoting body positivity are the ones amplifying these microtrends. Like companies like Victoria's Secret, for example, or Nike, they have shifted towards more inclusive branding. Yet social media pulls us back into this narrow definitions of beauty. It's a conflicting space where self-love campaigns exist alongside content that subtly questions if you're good enough. You know? Insecurity isn't new, but social media has magnified it 100 times more and introduces insecurities we never knew existed until they were labeled. It's not just adults feeling the weight. Preteens are rushing to embody aesthetics like the clean girl look, investing in products and designs and everything to become that version of themselves, to embrace that aesthetic. But the question here is, will these trends last? And I don't think so. Like, probably not. You know, trends evolve pretty quickly. They're replaced by other ones, some other obsessions that people have. But the cycle of categorization continues, you know, subtly influencing how people see themselves. And that's what the main problem is. And if you ask me, why are these problematic? I will tell you. While they can be just a bit of fun, like guessing, you know, which one you are, believe me, I'm not above doing this. It's important to consider that there are negative consequences. These trends are never as innocent as they seem. Primarily, it really feeds off your insecurities and makes you feel so dissatisfied with how you look. That's the first thing. You know, it's like the elephant in the room, right? Wanting to be one type of beauty and being told by strangers that you aren't can be really upsetting. You know, it places unnecessary pressure on you to be that type of pretty, to be that beauty, to embrace that aesthetic. What starts out as a bit of a fun, you know, can easily be turned into something really dangerous that can define your worth, which is not really healthy. You know, we're surrounded every day by images of how we should look. And spoiler alert, these are usually unachievable beauty standards. All this can impact your self-image, your self-worth, your self-concept. These trends do not help, believe me. And let's address another elephant in the room, dehumanization. Or rather the fox, cat, deer, or bunny, all of these are animals. Like, does that not seem a little dehumanizing? Like, we're comparing ourselves to animals. And I personally would prefer to not be compared to an animal, like really. But hey, maybe it's just me, you know? TikTok creator Jasmine Lochan stitched a video of an influencer asking which pretty am I.
Did you see the way he looked at me?
I cannot be the only one that gets annoyed every time I see this shit on my For You page. You guys come up with a new definition and new types of pretty every 2 weeks. Oh my god, am I deer pretty? Am I cat pretty? Am I dark or light feminine? Do I have siren eyes or doe eyes? Like, there was that one girl that posted with a list of like all the different kinds of, you could be pretty or cute or hot or fine, and they were like ranked by like how attractive men found. I get that it's just a harmless trend, but like, free my women. I'm so tired. You can just be fine. You don't need to be doe pretty or cat pretty or fucking have siren eye. Go outside, touch grass.
I think she sums that all up so perfectly. Like, these trends can be a little bit of a light-hearted fun, but don't take it to your heart. Like, don't take it so seriously. I can promise you that no one actually cares whether you're cat, fox, deer, or bunny pretty. To be very honest, most people don't even care about them. They don't even know that these labels exist. So, what type of pretty are you? Or better yet, who cares? Because the prettiest thing you can do is to be unbothered. That's my take on it. Anyway,